Hello, my name is Verlon Brooks from Chicago, Illinois. This is the capital of bopping, stepping, and walking. Now everyone is doing it in all parts of the United States of America. That be it at the least. I own bopping and stepping and walking as far as the dances, as far as the copyright to inform the United States of America. I own it all over the United States of America as far as the steps of the dance. Dancing is an expression. You really cannot copyright an expression, but you can copyright an expression when it comes down to what is called property. Look that up in the copyright of Washington, D.C. Library of Commerce, which is where I have the copyright as well as the trademark of the dances. And you'll see what the property is. In part, that means anyone who are throwing parties, competitions, teaching stepping, whereby they're making money in all these areas, as well as the areas of network promotion, be it TV, radio, etc., etc., etc. I have the right, which is called licenses, to give to these people to make this money, whereby I am to make money off of it, per whatever that they are doing. My whole point is this. I need everybody to understand that I'm about to call a meeting. And when I call the meeting, I need everybody to come, because this is for everyone to make money. I will explain it at another time. I call this meeting and everyone don't come. No one don't come. Then everyone who was making money off of it, any production, whether you have a LLC, whether you have a 501c3 or 501c, need I say 501c, even your 501c3 cannot make money off of this copyright without me. I haven't done anything about this. I don't think I'm finna start anything and change anything and hurt someone. I've owned this copyright since and the trademark since 2017. The copyright since April the 3rd, 2017. I haven't touched anyone, but I've been giving notice. This is a notice. Please come so we can work this thing out so everyone can make some money. Even the people who are stepping can make some money, who are not throwing the parties. So please come and get in contact with me. Let's work together. Be it not, then I will be requesting money from everybody who is promoting, throwing parties, as said, everything that I have said, whereby I can get my money as well. You're going to hear this as well. So I'm going to now play this YouTube TV program with Tipping the Tea with Angela Eskridge, who is this is her program. So, and this was recorded January the 7th, 2020. This is January right now. I think the 18th that I'm recording this, I'm posting it now. She will post it later, as to my understanding. But you'll see us at another table because it will be edited and it will be like a marble brown table or maple or wood type of table because it'll be edited. But it's the same video. It's just been edited with a different table. Let's go.
The Tea. I'm your host, Angie E., where we talk about everything from motivation, inspiration, and of course the tea. So tune in every Monday on my YouTube channel. Go grab your cups. Let's sip the tea. Today we have Mr. Verlon Brooks today for my special guest. We'll be talking about his brand on the copyright to stepping, bopping, and walking. Hello, Mr. Verlon. How are you doing? All right, it's good. Glad to see you here today and glad to have you on the show today.
Glad to be here.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the what you do for the stepping community. I know that you're very well renowned on stepping. I've been seeing you since the 90s, so it's a wonderful thing, and I like what you're doing. So can you explain a little bit about what you do and what inspired you to do this?
Well, what inspired me to do it is the simple fact that we as a people, not just blacks, but particularly in this case black, has created the dance of bopping, stepping, and walking. And it's about us retaining and holding on to be it you will, in this case, a brand or a name, something that we do, or development, or whatever case it is. And hopefully be able to control it to the capacity that we can control it in every area without going through all of the areas. We need to basically have something, claim it, own it, know that we own it, and use it to the best of our ability. Even when it comes down to jobs and money, so working on some things right now, that who knows throughout the United States that's going to bring some money in another area as far as this dance is concerned.
Absolutely. So how long have you been doing this?
Exceptionally, as far as my thought is concerned, I've had the thought to do this in the 80s. Or who knows even further than that, I don't know. And the thought has to become stronger when red flags came up. Of others. I want to keep it broad.
Okay.
And I don't want it to be taken from the community, be it you will. If yet it is a community as far as the whole world thing, we just need to make sure that it does not lose sight of where it comes from.
Okay. So you say where it comes from. So how was STEPPEN invented, or when was it invented, and where?
We have different disseminants of thoughts as to how far back it goes. And it actually really goes, I'm going to jump from one point and get ready.
Okay.
Rhythm and time signature rhythm is where any dance comes from, therefore where STEPPEN comes from. But let's come even up to the 40s with certain dances was created with 2 steps, etc. And let's just jump further because I can stay there in the 40s, but I won't. And let's even come to the 60s where you got dances that basically brought out the 2-step of bopping, which got noticed in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And I jumped a lot to get to that because there's some poignant points there. And bopping was basically a freestyle.
Okay.
And then it did not have a count. And you were not able to copyright, be it you will, but you can't copyright a dance by itself because it is just a rhythm. And so it just was just a rhythm. You were not able to copyright a dance because it's just an expression, and expressions cannot be copyrighted by the law.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so from the 70s come to the government has it, you still can't copyright a dance. As to the viewers, they can be kind of concerned about it, but you have to get their interpretation.
Okay.
You know, I'm ex in the federal field and a local field myself. And so the whole, I know how to interpret it. There is laws that are there people do not find, especially us people of our color. We're going to search these laws to find out what is there that they are not saying that interprets how you can do what they're saying you can't do. That's what I did. From bopping to the 70s, it turned out to transition to 6 count. When it changed to a 6 count, there come differentiations of patterns that can be copywritten. I write music too. We write new pattern by patterns.
Okay.
And short. And then from 6 count, which within the 6 count is the 8 count anyway. Whole other conversation. Then it just.
We're gonna get on that conversation too. I would like to know.
And then from the then now it is denoted or recognized or spelled out from the 6 count to 8 count, which when 8 count was in the 6 count all the time.
Okay.
And now it is the 8 count as denoted and noticed and now being done. And with swag and styles, which is the expressions, etc., which are still articulating the 8 count or the 6 count, be it you will.
Okay.
With expressions around in between, etc.
Okay. So I remember when I was a little girl, my parents, they used to bop. And I would watch, and it was just so cool. I love how 2 people come together and the rhythm of it. like you said, the rhythm was so cool, it was dope. And I was like, wow, you know, that's something I would like to, and I was a little girl. And so when they came along with STEPPEN, and then you're right, bopping really didn't have a count. It was just really just like a freestyle, sort of, yeah, just feel good dancing. And I loved just watching. And then when I got older, I started coming out a little bit and I was learning. I took classes. So I was like, because I really love the movement and the you know, the rhythm of it. So let's talk about a little bit about the counts, because I've learned now that I learned on the 6 count. That was back in the early 90s when I learned stepping. But now I hear it's like a new school and they're doing more like an 8 count now. So what can you explain to me and the viewers out there? What is the difference? Because I'm knowing that I got a lot of comments on the show today. A lot of people, they want to get into the stepping field now. So, and there's a lot of young people. I am so, and you know, I'm so surprised by the different comments and the overwhelming of the, you know, people want to come listen, or they're viewing the show, want to know about the difference of the 8 count and the 6 count. Can you explain that?
Let me start. I'm going to go off and come back, because there's something that goes into that. Again, I'm a very thorough person, and I guess I see myself as being deep. I go and I come out to where you at. My point is that to whoever is listening, or whoever is listening, rhythm, basically, perfect rhythm, come from the human anatomy. I'm a grandmaster in martial arts, different styles of martial arts as well.
Okay.
And so, rhythm in perfect pitch comes from the baby's belly. I'm a grandmaster in Tai Chi also, which deals with the energy. And that energy is in a certain rhythm. We have taught medically the rhythm. We won't get all off into that. But the point is that that's how they basically came up with the first instrument, listening to the baby's belly and getting the perfect pitch and the perfect rhythm. It was in Africa first.
Okay.
And then over in the United States and other parts of the country, they come up with the instrument xylophone. But we had an instrument before the xylophone that articulated the expression of the human anatomy of perfect pitch, perfect time, and perfect rhythm.
Okay.
So from that, with that rhythm, soulfully and spiritually, and the copyright expresses spirituality, education, health, fun, dance, and another part of that. I don't have the copyright before me. So that is all of that when it's coming from the perfect pitch of the baby's belly in perfect peace. And so from that rhythm come various movements. Now let's get into the rhythm and the steps that you're talking about.
Okay.
From bopping of the freestyle.
Okay.
Rather you was doing, we're not even finna go with a count. Whether you just doing like this and you can come up with a count with this. And whether this hand was doing like this. So let's go here, and just go. Still have a syncopated time in here while a lot of stuff going here. Still have a set here, and I can stop, and then I can, while this is doing the same syncopated time and throw another time. So timing is actually just the 1 and the 2, with syncopated timing into it, and that's pretty much where the 6 count comes from the bopping of 1, 2. They just repeated the count as a 6 count instead of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. I wish I had an over the shoulder or a video or something we could have prepared for the viewers out there that would like to at least get some type of
idea of what we're talking about. Picture, video, frame of what's going on in their brain.
Maybe we can do that a little later on in the show, for the next show. To come out. Because I do want to have you back out here on the show again.
But let's go with another point that you said. Let me show same measure of time and with 2 quick counts in it. Same, and that's why 6 counts the same as an 8.
Okay.
You're doing the 2 quick count in there. Rather it's after the 1, or rather it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rather it's after the 1 or after the 4, or rather it is after the 3, 4, 5. Or rather it's 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Those 2 airs after the 3 and after the 5. There's 2 quick counts that you're not counting. So when you do a 6 count, there's 2 quick counts in there, and it fits the same frame in distance from one to the other, which will be 1 to a 6, which is 1 to an 8. Just count it 2, there 2 quick counts in there. Whether you put it in after the 1 or after the 3 starting after that. What I'm saying is that they're all family. So that's why when I copyrighted all 3 dances, I copyrighted it because it came from one birth to the other.
Okay.
And then with the walking is a form of a slower pace of the same thing of expression, and it's like a slower dance state, and you all a slow dance state, and also you can incorporate some of your moves in it while you are walking.
Okay.
So, and that's all in the manual and everything as well. This is the first time that anybody has ever done it in the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. And I'm glad that I did it, but not just that I did it, but that I'm Black.
Okay, that's good. Now, walking, to me, it kind of puts you in the mind back in the days, old school, slow dancing. Remember slow dancing? That's what our parents, and I think our grandparents and stuff, they grew up off of that. And when I came out the first time, when I started coming to the STEPPEN sites and I saw walking, of course I fell in love with that because it was like a different culture. Yes, it is.
And it was more personal back then than we are now. That you can see that personal thing come together, unified with walking like it was in the day.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is cool. And even when it's slow dancing is like slow dancing is one category, but walking, I believe, is a whole different. It kind of puts you sort of slow dancing, but it transforms from slow dancing to walking, and that's what I love about it. That's the coolest thing about that. I'm like, wow.
And the particulars also, which is articulated and have to be articulated, and which was articulated in the specificated diagram of the copyright of walking, is there is some dynamic particulars in walking. You can slow dance and you can transition your footing to do particular things as well. And so there are particular footings in walking as well. Or I will not be able to copyright. It has to be particulars, and those particulars are called property. That's why I was able to copyright the blocking, stopping, and walking. I was able to copyright blocking by itself unless I show its derivation, which went into derived to, which was the property and the steps and the this and that and other. We just got to explain it in stepping and in walking. That property, that diagram, that blueprint, no one's never given a copy.
Right. And that's very important too, because I never thought that stepping, walking, and walking even required a copyright. I never, it's like writing your own book, or you getting the copyrights over to yourself or whatever, or if you create a brand and it requires copyrighted documents. I never knew that walking, stepping, and walking required. Never. So how did you come up with that?
Yeah, let me take that and take it as though it was a question that you just transitioned to the question that you just did.
Okay.
The thing is this, we have to pay attention as a people, and I'm not just talking about Black, but I am Black, so I am talking about that to this extent right here. When things are created, and there is ways that certain things can, and I love my people, okay, what your race is, but this is the truth. We have to be careful that people don't take it and sell monetary value, and what we already see it, and then some legalities come in, and we cannot use it how we've been using it. And I'm being careful about what I'm saying. You have to really be careful about this. There is some people in Madison, Wisconsin, I mentioned this on the stage of the world largest. That I was the world largest, and I was doing security for Pete Frazier, and you're going to get up there, and I gave a banner. And Pete Frazier, much honor to him and many others. And the banner said, and I signed it on the stage, to Honorable Pete Frazier, the Grand Master of STEPPEN competitions all over the United States since 1990. In front of the whole world, I signed it. We've been president and CEO of all dances, and I dated it. I'm going to give it to him with a certification because I also have certifications attached to my copyright. We just honoring people just because I wanted to honor them, and then I just sent them off for my copyright to just recognizing them. We have to start recognizing one another. We need to put this thing on another level. I don't care. We all are black, as far as my faith is concerned, and whites are black too. It's a whole other conversation. But my whole point is that, so recognizing and respecting each other as a people. But we have to realize also what we have created. It is dissemination. The thinking does not make you copyright the dance. It is what you put on paper and how it is done according to the law. I did it the way the law allows you to do it. So then that's how I own the guy doing what it said do, not because someone said, oh, this look like STEPPEN. That don't give you legal rights. Japan give you that right by dissemination, not the United States of America. So I had to do it because even some of the people in Madison, Wisconsin, be it doctors, scientists, whatever, whomever, I can be specific, but I won't. I have looked this thing up all over. That's somebody giving it to their attention to do so. They intended to copyright it, even after I copyrighted it. And I since then gotten a call from them and recorded my conversations because my experience is low, past experience is low. I let them know that there's been recorded, and I said, no, they want to do something in Madison, Wisconsin, and claims something's got something to do with STEPPEN. And they wanted Chicago to wait before they bring Chicago in by as long as a year. It's good that I did this because I said no. You bring me in, and you bring Chicago in, and you bring other people in. You're going to create jobs. It's going to be for me in Chicago and the other places. So that's why it's important to copyright something, because somebody else figured it out, and when we created it, Chicago was the capital of this thing. We have to be careful. Someone take it up under your nose and you ain't thought about it, and use it within the legal laws by which they say they can be used. Now, I have the right, like the government was to have done this. I have the rights to every money all over the United States of the world who's making money off of it. Have that right sense that they shine with me, and they need to get in contact with me still. This thing here, get in contact with me. And I find a way to let them know how to get in contact with me in order to continue to do what they're doing. Because, and when you don't get in contact with me, it's going to be something I'm going to ask for because I have the right to. The whole point is, let's get together and see what we can do as a people. I'm taking a training right now that is somewhat nationally noticed to reach these children and other, etc., etc., etc. So that different monies can come in a different area using this dance. That's going to create jobs for everybody all over the United States of America that no one, again, whether they thought about it, they haven't moved on it. I'm already moving on it. One of the reasons why I have not stopped these people, radio production, network production, people who are doing parts, people who are teaching stuff, people who are doing world largest, even Pete Frazier, you know, I'm already talking to him. I have rights over everything that they're doing. I am claiming, I'm not forcing it. I need us to work together
So how has that been coming along?
Well, P. Fraser talked to me before. Honored to P. Fraser, must big upstairs. No disrespect to him. Talk to Dre, honor to Dre. I have a list. I won't go through all that, but I've talked to them. They've been very prestigious in the communicating with me.
Okay.
Greatest honors. My whole point is that I discussed the meeting before Thanksgiving. They said after Thanksgiving we can decide we'll set up a meeting to have this meeting.
Okay.
Because it's so much that can be done.
Like what? When you say it's so much to be done, what do you mean when you say so much could be done? Is that concerning the copyright or just the whole STEPPEN community as a
The
whole?
whole STEPPEN communication, the copyright, whereby money can be brought in different areas, and when you have the exposure that P. Fraser have and Dre have and whatnot. See, it ain't the point that they need me and I don't need them.
Okay.
But let's understand, we need each other as a family.
Okay.
One thing for certain is this. I need you need me at this stage as much as I need you need me, we need one another, regardless of how long you've been out here.
Yeah.
You need me because I have a right to coordinate everything that you're doing.
Okay.
By federal law.
Okay.
I have the legal right. I don't want to be bold like that. I have not did that. It's not my assumption to do that strongly, to deal with it in that fashion area. It is my fashion and my thinking to communicate with people as a whole and see what we can do on another level with them. Because I can't do without them. Now, you give me your money. I don't want to be bold and say, let me get mine. Let's work together and we get ours.
Okay.
It's a family. I don't care what your color is. White and black is your color. Let's get it done. And let's make sure Chicago get the recognition for it. Period. And that is that. I don't care what you think about me. My mindset psychologically, don't focus there. Don't focus on what I need to do.
Yeah.
You get your mind in the same order, let's get it done. And same folks that don't like the fact that I did the copyright, guess what? You can make some money too.
That's good. That's good. Like we're not deviating from this, but for right now, we have lost one of the greatest legends there is out there. I know I've been knowing this young lady for a long time, and actually, when I first saw her dance, I was like, oh my God, it was so amazing to see her really dance that way. I've never seen a woman dance so well, and everything was so in place, and I was so amazed. And we have lost her greatly, and I would like to just send up prayers and condolences to her and her family, and she will be truly missed. I don't think that I could mention her name, but she knows who, and we know who she is. So may you rest in heaven, my angel.
Amen.
And hopefully we'll see you in glory one day when we make it.
We will.
Yes. So,
Amen.
Back to what you were saying about the, you say everybody can make some money and that, but I really appreciate what you're doing for the STEPPEN community and the dance of STEPPEN. It's amazing. And I think you're doing an amazing job with that. So what I did want to ask you is, what was your best experience of this whole thing that you're doing, and what was your worst?
The best spiritual, because I'm spiritual.
Okay.
The best is listening to what God had me to do and doing it. Just all in what we just got to saying, doing it and continuing to do it. But in martial arts, you have a yin and a yang. You have a negative and you have a positive. And one is no good without the other because it makes it all what it is, for there's nothing perfect. So, in that good, there comes the negative of the words negative.
Okay.
The version negative is this.
Mm-hmm.
Go into it. Say this.
Yeah. So,
I want to say this.
okay, go ahead.
I guess the numbers before this, but I'm going to this number here.
Okay.
We as black people in the United States of America, that's just limited.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
As black as you and I are 77.7 to up to 80%. Our color,
Okay.
we're all black.
Mm-hmm.
And 97% of the human race is pretty much of colored people, but 77 to 80% and 97% is of our skin color.
Okay.
My point is this. The verses that people don't see in that percentages wise,
Mm-hmm.
when somebody is for them,
Okay.
and we can come together for the good spiritual common cause that benefits everyone. We have to have that mindset. That we do not have that mindset, we're too conditioned to separate and divide. And someone can see the picture of what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
They would drop that type of thinking and do what we can. There's so many jobs for what I'm offered to do.
Mm-hmm.
Off the air, I'm going to talk to you about it, but my point is, I just want to say it right now.
Okay.
That can bring, so therefore the respect of ignorance don't see it, and to be so far apart, right now, so far away from benefiting from this. We have to stop this ignorant attitude and thinking and come together as a oneness within ourselves and as a oneness of people and being about business. That's the worst, that our minds can be so messed up. Even in martial arts, it's 95% not what matter.
Okay.
Use your soulful mind, but be about that quality of that mind, the right spirit to be one with you where you need to be, that you be one with another where they need to be, where we then will be to get where we need to get, where we are,
Okay.
to go where we need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Our minds are so messed up
Yeah.
that we're going to dog and talk down on people. I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about Jesus, you can talk about me, but I'm going to continue to do what I got to do, and hopefully it become fruitful for not just me, but for the whole world.
Mm-hmm. That's a great way to think. I like that, your mindset and how you're thinking, not just for yourself, but for others as well. And I think that's truly amazing. And you keep up the good work.